Hello, friend. So today we are going to chat about Gate 26, the gate of the egoist, the taming power of the great. So just going to start off with a little caveat here. We hear a lot of talk about ego, the ego mind, blah, blah, blah. Well, in human design, we have different vernacular or languaging for that. That not self-mind, all the openness in the chart where we can get conditioned, is really what the other spiritual teachings are saying about the ego. It's all about that, that natter chatter, that noisy, it's like a little kid, pots and pans in the kitchen, wanting attention and wanting you to move its direction. So in human design, we actually have a whole center that is the heart center or the ego center. The ego is built right into us because the ego is healthy. The ego is all about commitment, willpower, and it kicks our ass and gets us out of bed in the morning. Now, of course, there's always the healthy and unhealthy side of all of this in human design. The unhealthy piece of it is if you're using the mind and you have an undefined ego or heart center and you're trying to prove yourself. Well, that's the unhealthy piece. We don't want that to be happening. We want you to move from strategy and authority. So yes, the egoist is a part of human design, okay? And it's not good or bad. It just is. The mechanics are there. So this 26th gate sits in the ego center. It is the thymus. It's those T cells. The T cells are, they're protecting us. They're keeping us healthy. They're like little tiny warriors in there, right? Keeping us healthy. So this 26th gate is about transformation. But can you believe that the ego is about transformation? Well, of course it is. It's willpower. It's commitment. So it is the gate of the trickster. And what is it tricking? It's tricking that 44th gate. It's actually manipulating memory so that, it becomes very selective as to what it remembers. This is in the tribal circuitry. Tribal circuitry is about support, materialism, right? Bonds, contracts, and our needs, shelter, water, food. So this 26th gate can persuade or distract us from our own fears. And you can help others be persuaded or distracted from their fears. Isn't that interesting, right? There's a fine line here, or a blurred line, between truth and lies. And I have lies in, parentheses or quotations, sorry, because it's really not about lies. It's about having a selective memory. Do we want to continue to go back into the victimhood of our memory? Or can we completely rewrite our story? We have the ability to completely rewrite our story. And by doing that, you are selecting the memory that is correct for you. A lot of people, are teaching, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I see this in two ways. The experience happened for your evolution. So it's not about really letting it go, but it is about selecting the correct memory out of that situation to move that evolution into this massive growth instead of a contraction. And I get it. Like, I'm not oblivious to the massive traumas that people go through. I'm not oblivious to that. And I'm not saying that that's an easy path. However, what design is teaching us is that we have the ability to be selective with our memory. We do not have to become victims of it. And what's really interesting, again, this is in the tribal circuitry. What's going to happen here is there's support from your tribe. And here's what I'm going to say. The tribe that you're in that is creating the trauma is probably not your tribe. They're there as a stepping stone, or, the movement into where your real tribe is that's going to support you. This is a natural salesperson, and these people can usually withstand rejection as long as they're not living out of their not self. So material success comes as the recognition of this skill is supported by your tribe. We know these people. They are just natural salespeople. They're natural salespeople, and they will, persuade and manipulate in order for everybody to win on the material plane. That's the important piece for them. It is the material plane. The tribe is all about materialism. Like it or not, even at the deepest, levels of humanity and spirituality and whatever you want to say, like, we have basic needs. And those basic needs really are material: food, shelter, and water. Yes, I know that there's those, offset cases of beings that are able to use the sun first thing in the morning, and the sun will provide them with the prana that is needed for their body. That's materialistic, right? That's a materialistic need. There's energy there. There's neutrinos coming. Those neutrinos have mass. So that information is being processed through the body and decoded through the process, or through your own processor. But those neutrinos they have mass. There is a materialism to our core base needs as a human. So ego isn't bad. Ego is, there's willpower there, there's commitment there, and we need those people in the world. I'm one of them. When I commit, when the sacral center engages and there's a commitment there, there's energy there, and we need those people in the world. There's only 30% of us, but we need them. So don't discount ego. It's the not self that we want to become aware of, not ego. We want to become aware of not self. That awareness of who you are not, so that it is not running your life. So that those weaknesses or those shadows aren't knocking you out. So, without that 26th gate, what's really fun is that these people can really over-exaggerate to try to prove themselves. And mostly it is lies. It's outright lies. Now, if you notice here, I said that there's a blurred line between truth and lies. And the lies that are innate in someone that has this defined in their body graph, it's about selective memory. So that the fear isn't, brought up and turmoiled and, brought into the future. It's about, let's leave those fears where they are, and let's move into the future, into the materialism, into the, needs, the wellness, completely different manner. But when it's not here and that 44th gate is pointing towards it, man, there can just be outright lies. So be aware of that. And then what happens is that not self mind is operating from that lie position, trying to prove itself. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch these videos. And here, this is my design. So if there's anything here that intrigues you, let me know. And if you want to work together, that would be great. If not, sounds good to me as well. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Thank you.